Right, let's talk about something we all do, driving. You get in your car, you turn the key, and off you go. It seems simple, doesn't it? A to B, job done. But have you ever stopped to think about everything that's actually going on? It's not just a matter of pressing the loud pedal and waggling the steering wheel about a bit. There's a whole system at play, a magnificent, unspoken set of rules and procedures you follow every single time. You're managing quality and safety without even realizing it. It's a bit like those terribly serious ISO standards you hear about in business, like ISO 9001 for quality and ISO 45001 for health and safety. They sound complicated, but you're already using the basic ideas. Think about your daily commute. You probably have a preferred route, one you've chosen because it's the quickest or has the least traffic, or maybe it goes past a rather nice bakery. That, right there, is planning. You've assessed the options and made a decision to achieve a specific outcome, getting to work on time and in one piece. This is the very heart of a management system. It's about thinking ahead, not just reacting when things go wrong. It's about having a process. You check the fuel, you glance at the mirrors, you might even use a sat-nav. All these little steps are part of a grander, unwritten plan to make your journey successful and, crucially, safe. Before you even set off, you're already making quality decisions. Is the car clean enough not to be embarrassing? Are the windows clear for good visibility? You are, in effect, the quality manager of your own vehicle. You ensure it meets a certain standard before you even engage first gear. This constant, almost subconscious stream of checks and balances is exactly what ISO 9001 is all about. It's a framework for making sure you consistently deliver a good result. In this case, the good result is a pleasant, efficient, and incident-free drive. It's not about being a driving god, it's about being a sensible, prepared driver. So as you can see, this whole business isn't some high-level corporate nonsense. It's practical, everyday stuff. The principles that keep massive companies from falling apart are the same ones that keep your little hatchback from ending up in a ditch. It's all about having a system, a way of doing things that is repeatable, reliable, and keeps everyone safe and happy. From choosing your route to checking your tires, you are the director of a very small, very mobile operation, and understanding this is the first step to understanding those big, scary ISO standards. They're just your daily drive, but written down with more acronyms. Now for the serious bit, not crashing. This is where your inner health and safety manager comes out, otherwise known as ISO 45001. Every time you get behind the wheel, you are surrounded by potential hazards. A hazard is anything that could cause harm. Think of that chap in the van who isn't looking where he's going, or a patch of black ice on a cold morning. The risk is the chance that these hazards will actually cause an accident. Your job as the driver is to manage these risks. It's a constant process of looking, thinking, and anticipating what might happen next. You don't just stare at the bumper of the car in front, you scan the road ahead for potential problems. To manage these risks, your car is equipped with some brilliant bits of kit we call controls. The most obvious one, the brakes. When you see a hazard, like a traffic light turning red, you apply a control, you press the brake pedal. This reduces the risk of you sailing through the intersection and having a very bad day. This is a perfect example of an engineering control. It's a physical part of the machine designed specifically to prevent an accident. It's your first and best line of defense against the chaos of the open road, a simple tool to mitigate a very clear and present danger. But what if your controls aren't enough? What if the worst happens and you do have a prang? That's where your personal protective equipment, or PPE, comes in. In your car, the best example is the seatbelt. It does absolutely nothing to prevent a crash. You can't steer with it or stop with it. Its one and only job is to reduce the severity of injury if an accident occurs. It's your last line of defense. In the world of ISO 45001, PPE is always the final resort after you've tried to eliminate or control the hazard in other ways. So you use your brakes to avoid the crash, but you wear your seatbelt just in case you can't. Finally, let's talk about communication. How do you tell other road users about a risk you've spotted? You use your brake lights. The moment you touch the brake pedal, a bright red light warns the person behind you that you are slowing down. You are communicating a hazard. You're saying, "Oi, mate, I am stopping. You should probably think about doing the same." This is a vital part of any safety system. It's not enough for you to be safe on your own. You have to communicate your actions and intentions to those around you to maintain a safe environment for everyone. It's a simple, effective, and universal signal. So whether it's using your brakes, buckling your seatbelt, or flashing your brake lights, Every action you take is part of your own personal health and safety system. Mastering these habits not only keeps you safe but also helps everyone on the road get home in one piece. Now that you understand how to protect yourself and others, let's see how these principles fit into the bigger picture of quality and safety management. Onward to the next part of our journey. Let's move on to the car itself. A safe journey isn't just about your driving skills, it's about the reliability of your machine. This is where we get into the nuts and bolts of quality management, the world of ISO 9001. You wouldn't drive a car you knew was about to fall to pieces, would you? Of course not. You rely on it to be a quality product that performs as expected. One of the most important things you do to ensure this is planned maintenance. You take your car for a service every year or every 12,000 miles, whichever comes first. You don't wait for the engine to explode. You act proactively to keep it in top condition. This regular servicing is a cornerstone of quality management. It's a planned activity designed to prevent failure and ensure consistent performance. But how do you know you're getting a quality service? Well, you probably don't fix the engine yourself with a hammer and some hope. You outsource it. You take it to a trusted main dealer or a local garage with a good reputation. You are making a quality-based decision, selecting a supplier you believe will do the job correctly. This is exactly what businesses do. They establish criteria for their suppliers to ensure the parts or services they receive are up to scratch, maintaining the quality of their own final product. How do you know when things need attention between these planned services? Your car tells you. Modern cars are festooned with service lights. The little orange light shaped like an engine, the tire pressure warning, the oil lamp. These are all indicators. They are the car's way of telling you that a key performance indicator is out of tolerance. It's a signal that something needs to be checked to maintain the quality and safety of the vehicle. Ignoring these lights is like a company ignoring its own quality control data. Sooner or later, something is going to fail, and it's usually at the most inconvenient moment possible. This whole process is about ensuring the car remains a high-quality, reliable machine. From the big planned services to the little warning lights, it's a system designed to maintain standards over time. It's about trust. You trust the garage to do a good job. You trust the car's designers to have put in the right warning systems, and the system trusts you to act when those lights come on. This is ISO 9001 in a nutshell, a continuous loop of planning, doing, checking, and acting to make sure everything works as it should day in and day out. It's simply good management. So, there we have it. Driving your car is a brilliant real-world demonstration of complex management systems. Every journey is a small project you manage from start to finish. You begin with planning, just as any good ISO-compliant process does. You don't just wander out of your drive aimlessly. You plan your route, perhaps using a map or a GPS. This is your plan phase. You consider the time, the traffic, the weather, and you choose the best course of action to meet your objective, which is arriving at your destination safely and on time. This initial step sets the foundation for everything that follows, ensuring your journey starts with a clear purpose and direction. Once you're on the move, you enter the do phase. You are actively driving, operating the controls, observing the road, and making countless small decisions every second. You're managing the safety side of things, ISO 45001, by braking for hazards, indicating your turns, and wearing your seatbelt. At the same time, you're managing the quality aspect, ISO 9001, by listening to the engine, keeping an eye on the temperature gauge, and ensuring the car is performing as it should. This is the operational part of the system, where your plans are put into action and the real work of managing risk and quality happens. Throughout the journey, you are constantly in the check phase. Your dashboard lights are your quality indicators, telling you if something is amiss with the machine. Your eyes and ears are your safety checkers, scanning for hazards and listening for strange noises. When you see brake lights ahead, you check your speed. When the fuel light comes on, you check how far it is to the next petrol station. This continuous monitoring is essential. It provides the feedback you need to stay on course and out of trouble. Without this checking, you'd be driving blind, completely unaware of developing problems until it was far too late, and finally, you act. When a warning light comes on, you act by taking the car to be serviced. If you see a traffic jam ahead, you act by finding an alternative route. This is the act or improve phase, where you respond to the information you gathered during the check phase. This completes the cycle. By following this simple loop of plan, do, check, act, you ensure every journey is as safe and efficient as possible. It is how you maintain quality and safety on the road, and it's precisely how ISO 9001 and ISO 45001 help businesses do the very same thing, just on a slightly bigger scale. Simple, really.